Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very interesting news going on because we are now finally seeing major retailers kind of doing their own pretty good clap back when it comes to scalpers and basically making sure whoever actually orders the console is going to get and receive the console. And we're actually kind of seeing this in this kind of actually somewhat maybe of a very smidgen controversial thing going on, mainly because whatever these stores are doing is something that I would maybe not want to have done to my own product, but at the same time, if it was something I was going to buy, I was going to probably use either way. So we have some interesting things floating around on what these really big retailers are doing to basically go and stop scalping. And as well, before we fully dive into the video, we actually have seen a lot of really interesting things on all these various big retailers such as Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, Target, etc. that basically try their best to calm down scalpers in the first place. So I do love the fact that we actually are seeing this, although I kind of hope that all this stuff would have happened like a year ago, when the console first originally came out. But a lot of cool stuff to go and talk about throughout this video. I hope all of you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Just mostly go and sell and get some free money throughout the weekend. And Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. And just hope you guys all have a fantastic, lovely weekend. And let's go dive on into it, boys. As well, if you guys actually did go get your Switch OLEDs all throughout this weekend or anything of the sort, send me a picture, send me a tweet. I always love to get to see it. So this is actually kind of a fun one. And this is, like I said, it might be like very smidgen of controversial, but let's go and talk about this because this is, I just like the fact that these actual retailers are doing something against all these consoles. So basically the Japanese stores now over here, and this is, like I said, let me know if how this would actually happen for you guys. Basically now Japanese stores are basically trying their best to go and fight against scalpers by literally writing the name of the people who buy the console itself on the box. It's kind of a little goofy, in all honesty. I almost feel like I'm in like a kindergarten class over there where they're like, okay, Johnny, this is your console. Okay, Luke, this is your console. Okay, Sarah, this is yours. So basically as well, apparently the store is also reportedly claiming the box inserts to basically just kind of make it where it's really hard to go and resell the consoles, but as well, this also means that they basically are tracking on where the consoles are being sent. So say you have like a John basically has 4 consoles and you kind of keep on seeing it out in the wild. They kind of know that the store is either dealing with like a stolen credit card or stolen ID, or basically they just kind of know that they're selling to a scalper, which I think at least that alone is kind of nice to go and see. We've also seen a lot of retailers kind of do that similar thing too as well with credit cards. Well, basically sometimes they have to go and show ID to basically show up, walk into a store, say you walk into a hypothetical Target, and you have to show your ID and be like, okay, you're Luke, cool, or stuff like that. So I first of all, I'm going to go and say my first quick impression on this. I'll show you guys some pictures of what's going on here. I'm on the middle. I'm not a scalper myself, so when I go and see this type of stuff, it would almost somewhat bother me because like I like my box. I like to go and keep my stuff. I like to make sure my equipment that I go buy brand new and I'm paying good money for. Like, I mean, $500 is not a scratch in the back. I want to make sure it's all good. I want to make sure it's like, perfect and pristine. And I don't really like the idea of someone else like digging through it, opening it up. But if they do go and kind of prevent scalpers, or at least kind of figure out who is scalping, that is a nice little bonus. So let's go talk about it. So basically, Japanese retailer Nojima Kaneki is actually punching back at PlayStation 5 scalpers by writing the full names of any PlayStation 5 buyers on the box of the new console. So basically, the Twitter user Avenko, better known as Monster Hunter YouTuber Ganjin Hunter, basically had a nice little tweet translated over here from Kaz-kun, which I'm going to show you guys right over here, in case you guys want to see the actual pictures of what's going on and how they're kind of going over here, which to me is kind of crazy. So basically they have the consoles themselves, the good old PlayStation 5 consoles, and I'm almost even salivating on the fact that there's literally a console right here on the very top over there. But when it comes to this stuff, whenever people have been ordering their consoles, they will be physically putting the names on the consoles themselves and basically making sure whatever order is sent on in is basically just kind of trickled on in or written down, stamped on it basically in the first place. So you guys can kind of see these consoles. And like I said, I kind of want to know what you guys would do if these actual same things would happen to us in America. Now, at least for us, we do have some anti-scalping, and I think more so in America, the issue is more on bots. Like, we keep on having big bots that buy out, like 1,000 stock like that. Like, scalpers, they do happen. Technically, the botters are scalpers, but I feel like that's the bigger issue on this. But basically, the translation over here is basically, wow, Nojima Denki Shop is so hardcore about not letting resellers get to the PS5 stock. They say they will write your full name on the box at the time of purchase and then open and dispose of the DualShock controller box as well. So basically what's going on with this is that they're just literally not letting you even go and see or utilize the actual box whenever you guys go and get it, as you guys can go and see on this tweet itself, which is crazy. Like, this is, to me, is actually hilarious to go and see. But I think it's nice. I think the one kind of big thing I noted is that this would basically know on who is scalping. So if you, like I said, if you see the same John and like 10 different consoles all being sold, you kind of know who the main problem can be, and you can maybe kind of try to tone down all these big scalping issues, which I think is kind of nice to go and see. So basically, in like more of a reply on the original tweet too as well, Cascoon also did go and clarify, according to Twitter's built-in Google Translate tool, that it seems that once the name is written with both felt tip pens and ballpoint pens, so basically with that, like, they're going hardcore. They're making sure whoever buys it, they know is getting it. So in other words, once your name is written on the PlayStation 5 box, the grooves from the pen will also even remain, even if you even just go and try to erase the ink. So it's basically like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, you guys know how, like, sometimes you have those weird things you draw over, but you can still see like the actual sketch of it from the original stuff. I think it's kind of like that, if that makes kind of sense too as well. So basically, even no matter what happens, it will still actually have the ink itself available. And of course, this really wouldn't be an issue if you just want to buy the PlayStation 5 for yourself, for family, or whatever. So it is kind of like a blacklight tattoo that only matters if you're a scalper. So like I said, this is actually kind of a nifty thing to go and see. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you just bought it as for yourself, it's not the biggest deal. Like, you just kind of get rid of the box, good to go. But like I said, I still have my box. Granted, I am a YouTuber, so I use it for, like, usually my weekly video. I'm sure you guys have seen that on the channel itself. But like, I know a lot of people out there that buy a GPU and they'll keep their, like, their RTX and NVIDIA card in like their shelf. It's almost like a badge of honor when you go get that type of stuff. I mean, some people just instantly throw it away. If you guys are one of those people, leave a comment down below. But it's actually very, very intriguing to kind of go and see how they're dealing with scalpers. So basically, thanks to all these measures, any would-be resellers will have any PS5 they purchase from Nojima Denki permanently branded with their real name, which would then presumably be verified via ID at their store. So basically, it's like you need to have your ID to go and pick up a console, and people are seeing all these random, like I said, Johns everywhere, and then they're like, oh, this isn't good. This guy's probably a scalper. We probably shouldn't sell more to him in the first place, which this almost kind of seems like a little bit on the creepy side, but with the fact that how crazy scalping is in Japan, even in America and the UK and stuff, like, we do have to do kind of something about it. So, I mean, like, I'm not against it, but I can see why someone would be. But at the end of the day, if it cuts down scalping, I'm A-okay with that. Like, I'm cool with that. So basically, even now, the most dogged resellers probably aren't keen on circulating their identity, especially now that scalpers have become so universally disliked amidst countless product shortages, which I agree with. Like, I'm one of those people that, like, I feel like if people are scalpers, they want to keep on doing the scalping route. It's just not good. Like, I don't like the idea of all these people out there, they're constantly buying and selling consoles and trying to make money off it. Because people, you do it once, like, it's still scummy, but I kind of get it. You do it like 100 times, like, you're just pure scum. Like, same thing with the bots. I always have the same thing for me. When it comes to scalping, like, I don't want to give them like an easy pass, but if someone does like 1 or 2 times, I get it. But if you're someone who does it like 100 times, you use a bot to go instantly buy out an entire stock, so everyone's basically left like empty-handed. That's where I really, really draw the line. On every other product launch, PS3s, PS4s, there's always the few occasional sellers, just people who sell concert tickets, sports tickets, whatever. Like, on a small scale, I get it. But when you make it your entire job and you're just buying out the entire stock and using these bots nonstop, that's like, it's just bad because you're just taking away from so many people. So it is kind of interesting to go and see how these stores are finally dealing with this too as well. So basically, this is, I think, a very effective deterrent. Like, let me know if you guys would care or if this would bother you at all. I personally would be probably okay with this as long as my console's fine. It definitely is a more personal situation than a per purchase customer per limits as well. So it's kind of like, some stores make it so you can only get 1 credit card and buy it, but realistically, like, even for me, I have like 4 different credit cards. Or at the same time, sometimes like it's 1 per person, but then you could just go like to 5 different other stores, and then you could also have like your mom, your sister, brother, and stuff like that, picking them up, stuff like that. Or just be like, oh, I forgot my, ID or whatever. And as well on top of it. So, but basically, a lot of these people have also been personally evading using these different types of things too as well, which I do think at the end of the day does make it harder to go and get their consoles. So I think it's very intriguing. I do like the fact that these retailers are trying to make their ways, basically trying to make it a little bit harder for scalpers to go and buy this type of stuff, which I'm cool with. We have definitely been seeing this happen a little bit more here in America too, with either ID purchasing or credit card like one-time limits, or if you guys even saw things like the Best Buy walk-in events, it's just a 1 per customer, which I think does kind of help out a little bit when it comes to scalping. But overall, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think it's kind of cool. I like the fact that people are trying new different things to kind of go cut down on scalping. And overall, I just hope I can make a video in the near future saying we don't have to worry about scalpers because they're just all in the store shelves in general. But I do appreciate you guys all so much for watching. You guys are all beautiful and have a good rest of your days, rest of your nights. We'll have a few more videos all throughout the channel, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, make sure you guys are checking the Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stack, free money. As you go and sell off, if you guys want to get that free money. And Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. So I was linked down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Leave a like on the video and your comments down below. Love you guys.